So we have some great sponsors this year. The sponsors are the backbone of the convention, and we could not put all this on without them. This year we have a great group of folks. RPG out of Lawrence. It's a gaming bar. So if you're in Lawrence or near, definitely in the Kansas City area around, check that out. A lot of fun. Also, Tabletop Game and Hobby. Definitely one of Kansas City's premier game stores and play spaces. Soon to have Cardboard Corner added onto it for a dining. So we have some great sponsors this year. The sponsors are the backbone of the convention, and we could not put all this on without them. This year we have a great group of folks. RPG out of Lawrence. It's a gaming bar. So if you're in Lawrence or near, definitely in the Kansas City area around, check that out. A lot of fun. Also, Tabletop Game and Hobby. Definitely one of Kansas City's premier game stores and play spaces. Soon to have Cardboard Corner added onto it for a dining and drinking experience. We also have Tabletopia, who is an online tabletop board game provider. They are essentially providing our game library this year. All Midwest GameFest participants, badge holders, will get a code for a free week of gold level membership at Tabletopia. So fantastic. Also, level 1 game shop, another fantastic game shop here in Kansas City, downtown area. And we also definitely want to mention Meeple-a-thon, one of our partners, and also one of our charities. And Harvesters, who our benefit raffle proceeds go to, regional food bank here in the area. We have Dorky Dino, who is our gold level sponsor this year. She's also running our art show and has an exhibitors booth. Do check that out. Silver sponsors Gooey Cube, a game company. If you haven't heard of Alphinius Goo, you will. There's also Dragon Claw Chainmail, makers of custom chainmail bags and other products. Really cool. They're an exhibitor and also running games for us. And then we have another of smaller sponsors who donate stuff to our swag bags, stuff we all get. And those usually in the form of codes or links to get free stuff from them or the other companies they represent. And that's D&D Elise, who's a Dungeons & Dragons game author and streamer. Also, Adventure a Week, providing, guess what? Adventure a Week. We have Wizco Games, who's provided free adventure for everyone. Total Party Kill Games, likewise. And Dice Geeks. All great stuff from these guys. So be looking, if you're a participant, be looking for an email with a code. And next, we're going to talk about our fantastic stable of exhibitors. And I'm going to hand this off to Dave Berg, who is our exhibitor coordinator again this year. And Dave's muted.
Hey, Brad, thanks. I am totally jealous of your background. That looks awesome. So I'm going to take everyone kind of for a virtual tour of our Hubs room, which is our vendor hall this year. With COVID, we're not able to all get together, but this is a really cool option that we discovered, and we're able to actually have an environment where you can interact with vendors. We don't have any vendors in here right now, but we just did want to kind of demo the space a little bit. Make sure everybody's seeing it. Laura, are you good with that?
Yeah, it can be. One moment.
Everybody's seeing it?
I'm going to switch it over.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Thank you.
So switching over to our live Hubs reporter.
So this is what it's going to look like. This is the vendor hall, and you will be able to get into this. This is where you'll land. If you're not familiar with Hubs, there's a couple keyboard. It's very similar keyboard commands to move in and out. It's like the W key to move forward, S to move backwards, A to move left and right. I just wanted everyone to kind of see what it looks like. We're going to kind of walk through it a little bit here. Our sponsors have banners in here, so Brad talked about them a little bit, but if you wanted to make, you didn't quite understand who it was, they're kind of there on the banners. Each of these tables is where our exhibitors can demo their products, and you'll be able to come up and actually talk with them live when you see them in here. So we have some really cool people. Dorky Dino's here again this year. Edgecraft's here again this year. I mean, we got D&D Elise, Crypt Monkey, Play to Beat Brain Cancer, some new folks, Foam Brain Games. Designs by Danny down here, Project Shiro. Just come in, explore, talk to these folks. They'll tell you what they're all about. Coventry Decor makes some really cool glasses. This is also the location where you will be able to go to, and down here we're going to have a fun room, which is a hubs room where you can actually create items and play around and interact with people using that whole hubs environment. We're going to have some theaters. You'll see a door down here that says theaters. They will be showing various different live videos in an environment that feels like you're at the drive-in. So definitely check that stuff out. It's really cool. We are also having an art show, thanks to Dorky Dino, and there's actually an art exhibit on the other side of that art show door. It's another hubs room, and we definitely recommend that you guys go in there and check out all the cool art that people have submitted for that art show.
Hey, Dave?
Yes.
We have a question in the chat. Is there a set time that all this is going to be open and available to everyone?
That's a question for Brad.
That's a nice pass of that, yeah.
I think we're comfortable looking at probably noon tomorrow, something like that, perhaps in the morning. There's a number of, we have to get our exhibitors onboarded into the room and that sort of stuff. So I think probably tomorrow, that process of getting exhibitors onboarded and with the proper permissions is probably going to take most of the day. So.
And just to remind everybody that right now, exhibitors do have their own channel in our Discord. They have a voice channel and a text channel, so if anybody would like to visit them there and talk to them and look at their products or discuss any sales, that is open right now. So if anybody wants to talk with any of our great vendors, they can go directly to Discord for the time being.
Right, exactly. And there are exhibitors there now with promotions and special offers and ready to talk and demonstrate their stuff. So.
Brad and Dave, we have another question in the chat. Agrippa the Green would like to know, they're a sponsor and exhibitor, and they'd like to know how to access the hub.
Information will be forthcoming.
There's going to be a link on the Midwest GameFest website that talks about hubs and the main event area, and they'll be able to get that. If they are an exhibitor, we will be contacting them directly to talk to them about walking them through how to use hubs.
So just to also, how will other people get there other than exhibitors? On the homepage of the website, there's going to be a large marquee banner that will direct people there from the homepage, and there'll also be a menu item, and we'll promote it in the Discord channel as well and in our social media. So that will all be forthcoming. And then it'll crash.
No.
Well, that's all part of the process. It's part of the experience. It's fine.
Come feel our pain. So we also will be having a hubs room for Phi Chen. If you are into Dungeons and Dragons and you play any of the living campaign stuff that uses Phi Chen, there will be a hubs room for that as well, and we will discuss more later about how to get access to that. So but just know that we are putting together lots of hubs rooms for people's entertainment to be able to actually come in and interact with each other in an environment where, you know, we couldn't do that as we wanted to in a real convention hall, but you know, you will be able to do it here in hubs. So we hope that you take time to come in and check it out, and in between your gaming sessions and whatnot, talk to these vendors. There's some really good people. Several of them have been at our live convention. I say live, our regular in-person convention in the past. And like I said, they're great people, and they are a wealth of information, and they have some really cool products. So definitely come in, talk to them when you get an opportunity, and use it just like you would regular vendor hall at our regular convention. We hope that you guys get some use out of it, and like I said, we're putting in some other fun areas for you guys to access and do stuff with in downtime, which we know people like to do in between the different game events. So check it out. That's my spiel on it. Does anyone have any other questions that we're seeing that they'd like answered? If not, I'm going to go ahead and hand this off to Laura Croston, who's our events coordinator this year. Laura, can you tell us what's in store for our streaming audience?
Well, I'll be more than happy to tell you what's in store for the streaming audience and the regular audiences as well. So yeah, we have a broad slate of events available this year, and we're very excited about all the different things that are available for people. In the streaming world, since you asked for that, we have a partnership with Tabletop Game and Hobby and Cardboard Corner, which is the new joint venture that those two are combining up with. And then we've also added Meeple-a-thon this year. So all three of those groups have been heavily supporting the endeavor. Toward that end, we are hosting events on both the Midwest GameFest channel, where you are now, and on the Tabletop Game and Hobby Twitch channel. If you go to twitch.tv/Tabletop Game and Hobby, that is the sister/partner channel. As far as things that we're streaming, we have RPGs, exhibition, and games that you can sign up for. I know for sure that there are Dungeons and Dragons or DDAL events that are available for sign up, Dungeons and Dragons Adventure League. Then we've also got some streamed Call of Cthulhu and Tales from the Loop that are available for sign up as well. A couple of board games are also available that will be streamed. And let's see, there's at least one tournament for code names, for example, that I know. And thank you, Agrippa the Green. That is actually difficult to say for the follow there. Yeah, thank you very much. Let's see. In addition, as far as non-streamed games, we have a lot of Dungeons and Dragons Adventurers League. We have a lot of Pathfinder. We have a lot of Heroes of Rokugan. A number of other RPGs that are available out there. I'm trying to remember. Stephanie, what was the one that you asked me about yesterday? Do you remember the other big one that we had a number of events for?
A whole bunch of Savage Worlds.
Savage Worlds, thank you. I knew that there was one more that we had added as well. As far as other events are concerned, if you all are painters and not just tabletop gamers, we do have some painting events that are taking place, several different painting classes, and Andy Dykman is going to be presenting her Paint Along with Andy series, which is some paint and take events, as well as then some sort of AMAs and chatting about, I think we called them show, tell, and talk about painting. So you can sit down and just learn a bit more about miniature painting if that's something that you're interested in as well. Other events, Meeple-a-thon is hosting a number of different presentations. We have one super fun one is also painting centric. We have some celebrity painters from here in Kansas City, some of the favorites from the local region, and they're going to go and present their painting. They're all painting the same figure, and you guys can pay money to support a good cause and mess with them, ask them to paint with only certain colors or using their offhand, things like that. So all in good fun and for a good cause. With that, unless there are questions anybody has in the chat about events, I'm going to pass this on to Wade to talk about Discord and support.
I'm going to pop in just real quick here and thank a few people who actually followed us a little bit earlier.
Good.
Sterling Hershey. Sterling, thank you. You are one of our celebrities and special guests. You show up every year, and we appreciate that. Old in the Way, and then BC Wright have also followed. So thank you guys very much, and I'll pass it back to Wade.
I'm here to welcome everyone to the Discord for Midwest GameFest. If you need any help, we'll try and assist you. Just look for a person to call or type in @help, and someone will come to you. If you've got any technical issues, we'll try and help as best as we can. No, we will not be hacking the bots to guarantee you roll natural 20s.
Wait, I thought we had agreed to do that for me.
Nope. But I'm currently trying to help someone with Fantasy Grounds. But also, if there's any issues, let us know. We try to make it very secure and very tight. So if there is a problem with posting or questions, let us know. And we have a crack team on top of it, ready to assist.
A crack team. We have top men and women.
Yep.
Top people.
And Sadar, thank you very much for the follow.
Okay, and I will turn it over to Brad talking about the guest.
So speaking of Sterling, so we have some great guests this year, including Sterling Hershey, the noted Star Wars freelancer, and also for D&D, Savage Worlds, and things that I don't even know about. He's also known for his cartography. He's going to be running some games for us. We have Eric Carl, noted podcaster for the Prismatic Tsunami-Con, and also, Prismatic Tsunami and Tsunami-Con, the convention in Wichita. Always a good time. Also an author and game developer and a musician. Eric's quite the guy. He's going to be here running Savage Worlds. We also have a performance by Curly Guilty, Kansas City's, well, I'm not sure if they bill as the premier nerd band in town, but I'm not looking at their byline, but they are really cool. It's a good time. That is Saturday at 8 o'clock. Heather Anderson, again, is hitting up our cosplay stuff on Saturday, and it's a contest via Facebook. Thanks for that. And then Brandy Miller, also known as Dorky Dino, is going to be running our art show, which is really a contest and a silent auction. Contest is Saturday, get your stuff in. And then the silent auction ends on Sunday, runs through Sunday. Andy Dykman, and I'm like you, is it Dykman? I'm not sure. Andy, I'm sorry. But she is our paint maven this year, and she has been doing our paint and takes for several years. Does a fantastic job. It's always a highlight of the show. This year we're going digital. She has some workshops. I think there's 3 miniatures she's going to do, and she also has a Hero Forge based painting workshop as well. So lots of stuff there. Michael Katz, our D&D Adventures League coordinator. Thanks, Michael. So much work. Wally Waldner for Pathfinder Society. Again, so much work. And then Caitlin Mills from the Heroes of Rokugan. Just a huge contingent from the AL, the PFS, and the Heroes of Rokugan guys for Midwest GameFest over the years. We really appreciate it. Those, and I'm probably forgetting a guest. So before I say anything else that gets me in trouble, I'm going to pass this on to, who is it now? I think we're going to go to, actually, I'm going to talk about social media. Talk about social media just for a sec. So you want to pay attention to our Facebook channel and our Twitter channel, and also that of our exhibitors. They're going to be posting special offers, deals. We'll be promoting them on our channels. I know CantCon has a trivia contest at their booth. They may or may not be putting that on Facebook as well. So look around, pay attention to the ecosystem around the sponsors and exhibitors during this weekend. There's going to be some good stuff. On Facebook, you can find us at Midwest GameFest, and on Twitter, it's at Midwest GameFest. I think that's all I have. And Stephanie, back to you.
All right. Well, thank you guys all for talking about Midwest GameFest, all the things that we're going to offer. I understand that my audio earlier was not coming through, so I'm just going to reiterate just a little bit of what I talked about, which is thank you guys all for coming to Midwest GameFest this year. Again, my name is Stephanie. I am the Guild Master of the Role Players Guild of Kansas City, and we host Midwest GameFest every year. And this year is a little different because we're all virtual. But we have tried our absolute best, and I believe everyone who has just spoken has shown how much work and time and effort we have put in to making this the best possible virtual convention that we can. And, I know that everybody misses seeing each other in person, and hopefully next year that's what we'll be back to. But for right now, I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic event. I encourage everybody to go out and sign up for something, to check out hubs. It's fun just to play around it, just to experience the future. I encourage everybody to keep an eyeball on our Twitch channels. We will be doing things throughout the day. We have our streaming schedule up online, and of course, just go out, play games, talk to people, have fun, buy something from our lovely, lovely vendors, and I wish you guys all the best, and I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. Thank you. So at this point, I think